Now that you have me, human, you best give me a review of honor.
I will tell your story truly. I will tell it to those who want to watch. I will tell it to every YouTube fan out there about the glorious masterpiece that is Dinobot. Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today I am finally pleased to announce that I'm looking at Transformers masterpiece MP-41 Dinobot, and man, I have waited a long time to get this masterpiece figure. I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to have him after all this time. I'm not going to go into the details why I didn't get him on release date, but let's just say that those days are over and I can buy whatever the hell I like. I want to give some thought to my friend Vito Andre, who sadly passed away earlier this year. He's a big Beast Wars fan, great knowledge in my Beast Wars group on Facebook, and through all the pain and suffering, he helped me through not having this figure, and we talked about it a lot. And I always hoped that I was gonna share this experience with him, which unfortunately I'm not. So rest in peace, pal. So in terms of the box, on this side we have a nice Dinobot picture. We have the Maximal sign, Cybertron Frontline Combat. That's pretty cool. There we go. And this side we have the whole Beast War 2 sign. That's interesting. Long life design. And then the I guess the promo shots of Dinobot. So the box is bigger than I was actually expecting, to be fair. It's quite a hefty box. Not as big as one of the bigger masterpieces like Megatron, but rightfully so. It is a very nice size. And on the top we have the usual shiny masterpiece logo that you would expect. The Karatomi there. On the side we have Dinobot in beast mode. And then at the back we have a lot of pictures. We have a whole section on Dinobot himself and the way he looks. We have him with his buddies. And then we have a whole section on heads, which is pretty cool. So you can have Predacon mode or Maximal mode. How his saber works, how his cyber shield works. Don't think it's ever been called that. He has a nice place for it on the back, which I absolutely look forward to doing that, and it's such a cool idea. We have, this is what he looked like in the show. Here he is with the golden disc. Very cool. And then here he is with his power base. Oh, wow. He is huge. Huger than I was, expecting or even imagining. So pretty much this is what the plastic he looks like in his plastic goodness shell. So let's get him out. Wow. So there is quite a lot with this figure. So we got the masterpiece card. Very, very cool. Very nice. Then you have the instructions, which goes through every little part, which I will be going through with a tooth comb and to try and establish how I should be transforming it. I'm not gonna lie, with the Beast Wars and the amount this figure costs, I will be taking my time. So I can presume that this one is for the LED when you're trying to do the green kind of scene of his laser beams, which is pretty cool. Very nice, beautiful face. Careful, man, careful. Oh my goodness, that's not a good start. We have another Dinobot face, so I'm looking forward to putting them on his head. We get the sword, which is a very, very clever gimmick, which is just Oh, careful what I'm doing. Try to do this one-handed. Lots of hands, and that is very, very nice. Of course, you have to straighten it. I'm trying to be careful. I've got lots in front of me. Very, very nice. Very shiny. Very, very cool. Nice gimmick to fold it up. So, not sure how that fits into Dinobot himself. It obviously, I'm presuming it goes in his tail. I hope that's the case, but I'll have a look soon. Get a very, very beautiful stand. It's a nice detail, and I believe we get another stand with Megs. So I hope that continues, and I hope we get a little one with Black Arachnia that can build something bigger. That would be pretty well thought of. We get the golden disc with the Sounds on Earth on the back, so that's interesting. But that looks very nice. I hope in the future we get the Vok disc as well. Maybe this is the Vok disc. Maybe I'm just talking gibberish. It's been a while since I've watched Beast Wars. It's probably maybe last year. I've been meaning to watch it again because I love the series, but I didn't have Dinobot, and I felt like I couldn't, as sad as it sounds, it felt like I couldn't watch it without having own this MP. Yeah, sad. Okay, we also have some see-through goodness, which I have no idea what it's for, but as I look at the instructions, I will hopefully know what the hell I'm doing. I know what this bit's for. It's these laser beams. So I wasn't actually expecting it to be see-through like this. I was actually expecting it to be green, so that's quite surprising. And I'll be honest with you, I couldn't bear looking at somebody else's review, which I almost did a few times. I will do when I come to transform him, because I don't want to mess up this figure. I want to take my time with it and transform him as smoothly as possible. So for that part, I will do. We have a very, very beautiful tail. And the detail on this is really nice. You know, we know that trying to create a dinosaur transformer and to have him absolute perfect isn't going to happen. There are going to be little bits that aren't exact, but so far from what I've seen, I'm really liking what they've done with Dinobot. Now, Dinobot in his beast mode is very impressive. He is absolutely huge and has a very, very beautiful head sculpt, which is iconic. The character, I mean, the detail on here, it's phenomenal. He has an awesome mouth. He has that little cheeky tongue that you would expect him to have. Very nice little nostrils. And the teeth as well. So with the head sculpt as well, you get these cool eyes. So you have these eyes, which are, I would say, his normal day-to-day eyes. And then you have the sneaky eyes, which is pretty straightforward. You just lift this bit up, and then thumb's probably in the way, and then you just rotate like that and drop them in. Sneaky raptor. So onto the rest of the body. They've done a good job, I would say. Takara have in trying to hide as much kibble as possible. I guess when you're changing a transformer to a beast, it was never going to be all the way beast mode covered up. I'm pretty sure if they spent a little bit more time, they could have found a way, I'm sure, to have this little covered, this little back bit here covered. In terms of the legs, you know, this bit sticking out is not a big deal. He has beautiful Velociraptor feet. Although the gold, this looks like gold, is a bit bizarre, as he's a dinosaur, so I don't know why they've not gone for an actual claw color, unless I'm mistaken and Velociraptor have gold feet. That seems a bit weird. You got the underbelly there, and then you have the front claws, and you have a bit of articulation with this. The claws are quite sharp as well. back to the head, and here we go for the underneath bit. So they do really well with this first bit, like the torso bit, and then it's just this bit that kind of lets it down, I guess. But it's not a big deal in my mind, because he's still a beautiful figure in beast mode. Absolutely stunning bit. We're obviously going to look at the tail later, but the sword, which I will show you, fits in. This kind of splits open, as you would imagine it doing for when he's in that kind of flight shield tail mode, which is expected of Dinobot. He has a bit of articulation here, but once again, Dinobot mode, is it going to happen? I'm probably not going to keep him in this mode, and once I transform him, I'm probably not going to risk trying to transform him again. I think I'd rather buy a second Dinobot figure. And here he is with Optimus Primal in beast mode and Cheetah, and from this you can probably really see the size difference and how huge he actually is. And they do look very cool together. One thing that I would love to do, Stuart Daniel, one of members of the Beast Wars group and friend of mine, he actually grabs both of each. Now I would love to do something like that, because even though these are an expensive premium line, having one of each for this series, because the amount we're going to get, does kind of make sense, and it's something that I would dig being able to do at some point. Okay, so you know when I said that I didn't have a clue what that see-through perspex bit is, it is like a connector to this stand. I'm trying to show you that it's not very easy to show once it's in place, but it kind of goes under this little section here and slots in really nicely, and it wasn't actually that difficult, so you could get a really absolutely amazing scene going on with this contraption. Not saying that I would do it long term, but it's pretty awesome. It's a pretty good thing for us to be given. So in the show, Dinobot was always, I'm thinking of Romeo and Juliet. You know, Romeo would always do these whole big lines to Juliet and stuff like that, and it always felt like that's the sort of thing that Dinobot did, and he mainly did it thinking about what his role in the universe was, what decision he makes protects the future, protects the universe, etc. You know, he followed Megatron for a reason in the beginning, thinking that they were going where they were going. So when he realized that he was there, he still decided to follow Primal and protect. And that's why he became a true hero, because in the beginning he was a Predacon, and he would have followed Megatron to the ends of the earth to reach a desired, agreed goal. But during his times with the Maximals, his decisions changed, and he believed that preserving the future was the right thing to do, and in the end sacrificing himself not once but twice, with when Dinobot 2 remembered who the hell he was meant to be, even though there was an episode missing called Dark something, that there was something about Rat Trap uploading Dinobot's real memories, etc., into Dinobot 2, hence transforming him and giving him these decisions and his honor, etc. But yeah, he was probably one of the most important characters in Beast Wars, and he had probably one of the biggest growths over 2 seasons, or you could say 3 seasons. Technically, Dinobot 2 ends up being him anyway. Yeah, still a bit twisted, eh? Okay, so that's it for Beast Mode. It is time to transform Dinobot. I'm not going to lie, it's not something that I think I'm looking forward to, but I'm going to do it and take my time. and I look forward to seeing his robot mode. Beast mode! Wow, this figure is... he is a masterpiece. He is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the head sculpt there. And you can close his little mouth. There we go. If you wanted to. Very, very nice. Very cool. The detail on this figure is spot on. Oh, just move that away. You've got the whole force chest going on. And the rib, the bones was there all the way down to the bottom and around the back. As we come up to his buttocks, we get more bones, which is always a thing. His bones were on the outside, and you know, the back of the head looks absolutely perfect. Just a closer look at the claws. They're very nice, and you can, oh, almost lost in there. You can push that in as well to kind of bring these around more like a fist. And even these bend in as well. So there's a lot of room to play with when you want to do anything with the hands, I guess. In terms of accessories, so he comes with his shield, which is the norm. And the shield has a gimmick. It helps if I don't drop it. It's never a good start. Where you can, come on. There we go. Yeah, nobody's gonna ever do that, are they? It seems it's nice, but I don't think anyone would be bothered. It's not even going now. Come on, there we go. Move. And you can put the sword in there as well, which was kind of norm when he first went into kind of battle, and then he would use the shield as the shield and the sword as the sword. Very cool. And this bit is the rest of the tail, which folds over and clips in there. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Mgo for his awesome tutorial on transforming him. Thanks, buddy. I don't think I would have transformed him as well as I have without that, so I appreciate it. And also a shout out to Oh My Promise, who I think they're actually based in Singapore, which is where I actually brought Dinobot from. It was well packaged and a great delivery, really fast. I think I brought it on a Friday. I had it by Tuesday, Wednesday, so very, very fast, so thank you. If any of you are wondering, at the back it's just a simple little screw, little baby screw, and the battery's sitting there like that, and you just want a little screwdriver to open it up gently, and you want these little batteries. Pretty cool. And pressing the button on the back, you get some LED lights, which is pretty cool. If you hold it down, it changes to green. Very cool. And here he is with his little green light effect. And from that angle, it does look very cool. I suspect if I did this at night, it would look even better. And obviously, it's just switched off. You put in the red as well. It looks just as cool, but his light firing out of his eyes was always green. And for the green eye effect, you have the little perspex eyes, so it kind of stands out a little bit more, like that. In terms of the other heads, you get this one, which looks like he's got like a little cheeky smile one, like he's I don't know what he's doing, but he's about to take on Prez, I guess. Looks pretty cool. We get a little coin stand to go with our little golden disc, which is pretty nifty. And you can get these off eBay. I had some a while ago. I had the Power Rangers Morpher with the 5 coins, and I put the coins separate and then put the Morpher in the middle. It looked pretty cool. Dinobot can also hold the golden disc using the same gizmo for when he's in Dino mode. I'm going to say that I'm not a fan that he has to have an extra piece to hold the disc, but you don't really notice it, but it's just, I just don't understand it. I can understand Dino mode And you could probably maybe cleanse this, but you may end up damaging the disc if you don't do it that way. And you can also try and do the iconic scene where he blows up the golden disc. It's not perfect because you can't get two hands and the beam there to position it like he was holding it, where he was kind of aiming up and his arms were up there. But you know, if they're giving us a shorter version of this as well, you could have done it. But hey ho, you can kind of do it. I also dig the fact that you can put the tail on his back. It is a very cool, very simple idea. So you don't have to worry about where his weapons go. And they've done that quite well. They did that well with Optimus Prime as well, where his swords fit in. I think Cheetos as well, you can fit on the back. I'd have to play with it, to be fair. But it's quite nice. And it's not, it doesn't make the figure overly top heavy. I mean, it's a top heavy figure anyway, but the legs are quite solid, so it doesn't make a difference. And all it is, you just slip it off. It's got two little spots under there. Sorry about my arm. And then you just slip this little bit back in there. He's back to normal. So, using a stand, you can probably do some pretty nifty stuff, like having flying towards some Preds. It's very nice. And do you remember the plastic bits? I was like, well, if that's well, this section just plugs nicely in there and slots on there, which I really do love that they are doing this. So, when I got my Megatron MP a couple of years back now, it's crazy how fast the time has gone. He didn't sit as flush on the stand as I would have liked. So with these extra little plastic pieces, they connect in nicely and connect Dinobot to this piece very, very nicely, so that it's flush and you're not worried about him falling off or anything. He is stuck. Okay, you could say that he could come off, but if you were doing something crazy, but you're not going to be. So it's all good in the hood. There he is sitting on my shelf. My shelf's a bit low. I have these massive omnibuses under there, and I have like this dead space up there, which is annoying, but nowhere around it. So I do have to kind of bend his knee a bit and get him to kind of bend down a bit. But other than that, he looks quite nice on my shelf. I think when I get Megatron, then perhaps, and Black Arachnia, perhaps I can start making use of the space up here, which is Uncanny X-Men. But until then, he will sit here nicely. So all in all, Dinobot is a fabulous figure. He is a true masterpiece. Yes, he is costly, but in my mind, if you're a true Beast Wars fan, he is worth it. This is the figure that I have wanted since I was a little kid. And now, what, 20 odd years later, what was it, 96 it was released, I finally have him. So like, comment, subscribe, tell me whether you think he's worth it, tell me whether you think he's beautiful, tell me what you think about him. I want to hear all people's opinions other than my own. Like, comment, subscribe, and embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.